All right, welcome back to the kitchen table of Silver Surf Wax. For Silver Surf Wax Sunday, I have got an unboxing for you. But while I'm doing this unboxing, I would like to talk about the SilverRaid. Today is May 15th, and if you didn't already know, this was an announced day where people in the silver community were looking to do a SilverRaid, much like last year. It has been, for some reason, really controversial, and I'm sure if you've been watching other silver channels, you have heard about it, because dozens and dozens of silver channel YouTubers have been going out and as concerned citizens, warning people against the SilverRaid. So what I would like to do is give my opinion, and maybe an unpopular opinion on the topic, but I thought I'd throw it out there just for consideration. You know, there's definitely a whole side of the community that thinks one way, and since I find myself slightly at odds with that, I want to kind of touch on a couple of points I thought are salient and interesting. But first, let's get into this unboxing. So it turns out, guys, that raid or not, I ended up finding a smoking deal on a bunch of Silver Eagles. As you know, you're looking at $34, $35, 50% premiums on Silver Eagles, and that's why I don't buy them. So I only have like 20, 24 Eagles in my stack, and that was because I got good deals on them back then. Back when there was a spot deal on Cyber Monday or Black Friday or whatever. You know, one of these bullion dealers, you were getting Silver Eagles at spot, and I took advantage of it. So I have very few Eagles, like 24 Eagles in my stack, and I bought 75 Eagles because I found a great deal. You won't believe it. I don't believe it. I got each one of these for $26. So $4 at the time. Spot price was $21.50. So $5.50 over spot on 21. So $26 all day for these things. Under $2,000 for 75 Eagles. So pretty stoked, guys. Pretty stoked. So let's get these out of the way, and let's get into the unboxing that I had ordered ahead of time, and let's check it out. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to rip into this thing sideways here. All right. So let's kind of talk about the SilverRaid. I find myself a little miffed, a little surprised that the silver community had such a strong reaction. You know, very popular YouTubers. You know, my channel is a small channel, right? I don't rate. But these guys with oh my God, I'm having trouble. These guys with 20,000 subs, 50,000 subs, even a guy I never heard of before called Cutlery. What was he? Cutlery Lover with 500,000 subs, 600,000 subs. It was like 588 or something like that, if I remember right. You know, we're commenting on this particular raid, and I was really kind of surprised that it ended up causing such a hubbub. Okay, let me see if I can get this paper out of the way. All right, and guys, check this out. I'm fairly jazzed because with this 75 ounces of Eagles, which was such a smoking deal, like, yeah, I did okay. I also picked up another 30 ounces to make it an even 100, and they got delivered on Friday. So I got these sweet JBR 10-ounce bars, and however, you might say, man, you just did a single order for 30 ounces. Guess what else is in here? All right, check this out. So no, was it 100% SilverRaid? No way. I needed to up my gold stack, and so I got a 1 ounce gold coin here. Now it should be some random year, but I've noticed that when I've ordered things, they've been pretty recent, and this one is a more current year. What do we got here, guys? I'm trying to look into the 2022, and I got that under 2K with premium. I think it was, I'll have to look at the, well, I can look at the paper. Nope, the paper doesn't have it on there. It doesn't have it on there. It was cheap, and because I had ordered it recently, and as you know, silver and gold are down. So I was fairly excited to pull the trigger on this 1 ounce gold coin. I need to do a full stack gold video because I don't know, I've forgotten already if I'm on ounce 34 or 35, but I think I'm somewhere in that range in my gold stack. And so this is gonna pump it up. So pretty jazzed about that. All right, so let's get into the topic here. Let me pull out this other 10 ounce bar. That's pretty, I don't know what that's about. And so yeah, I kind of like these JBR. I like the matte finish there and this interesting, you know, backing on here. So I've got a few of these already. So I'll have to definitely add these to the stack, and we got that nice gold coin in here. So let's talk about it real quick. So yeah, much like last year, they, you know, somebody's announcing a SilverRaid. Originally, I think it was Wall Street Silver, but you definitely had folks in the community like Junius Malpe and Silver Slayer that have sort of promoted this idea that, hey, as community members, let's go out and all buy silver on a coordinated day. Now, back when it was originally kind of break the COMAX stuff, I thought that was kind of silly and unlikely that we're gonna have a big impact. But what's really interesting is this year there's been a real sort of backlash, and all of these silver YouTubers are putting out these public service announcements, PSAs, you know, the more you know type of thing. Hey, don't get involved in a SilverRaid. You might silver might go down, or premiums might be high, or people might be manipulating you, and there's all this kind of FUD regarding this. And I guess I am, again, surprised. And I'm surprised on a couple of levels. And let me kind of list them off. I mean, firstly, I kind of look at this silver community and silver YouTubers as silver is a lonely, silver stacking and gold stacking is a lonely hobby, right? We don't have a lot of people we can really talk to this about, or should we be talking this about? Maybe family, probably not friends, definitely not a lot of folks, because you really don't want people to know that you have precious metals, you have extra money, that you can be, you know, taken advantage of or manipulated, or that you're a pot of money that's sitting there for them to try to figure out how they can get it out of your hands. So really, you know, people who are silver YouTubers, and they're kind of putting themselves out there, like I'm kind of putting myself out there under my assumed name and my assumed whatever, but still it's a risk, right? It's not good OPSEC, and for the most part, you probably shouldn't be talking to people about your silver collecting, your stacking. That being said, for those of us that do it, we are creating a sense of community. We're sharing. One of the reasons I even started my silver channel was just because I had been looking around in the community, see how other people were doing things. You know, how are they conducting themselves? How are they stacking? You know, I was putting my silver in ammo cans, and I thought that was a little bit, I didn't see other people doing that. They're putting in all these, you know, cardboard flimsy boxes or manually in the safe. And I thought that was different. And so I wanted to share that. I wanted to kind of, because I went around looking for the logistics of to a certain degree, right? And I didn't find it. So I wanted to help sort of share with the community my thoughts and my behaviors, as I stack. So I think it's interesting that, because we are kind of, as a silver community, I perceive that this is our place to have a parade, or a place to have a rally, or place to have a community. You can't really go and actually have a rally in the streets, or have a parade of, hey, stack silver. So the idea of a SilverRaid is kind of like, obviously, okay, so that's kind of point number one. Point number two, obviously, people are going to be self-mediated by their own disposable income, right? Whether you're, well off or you're unemployed, you're going to be monitored. You're going to be governed by the amount of money that you have disposable wise. I'm at this particular point in my life very fortunate to have some money to put towards silver and to stack in a larger way than I ever would have when I was a younger man, right? And I've been unemployed. I've been scraping money together to make rent or pay bills. And so I know what it's like, when you don't have the resources to stack or to save, or even when you're reducing your 401k allocation because you're trying to make bills, because of the fact that things are tight. So I'm kind of looking at this silver stacking community that's out there kind of trying to preach some responsible stacking. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, most people have no choice. They are going to have to stack responsibly. Most people, if they've been watching or even any kind of investing, they know they're going to put between 10 and 25% into precious metals, and not, every single dollar that they have. They're not going to sell everything and just put it into precious metals. Most people are going to approach this over time, and they're going to be able to stack a little bit and learn about the different forms of silver. So it strikes me as odd that the community is coming out so strong right now after, oh, by the way, kind of being silver pumpers, right? These YouTube channels, again, mine's a small channel and I'm just kind of, showing how I do things. But you got these guys who are doing daily videos, or twice a week or 3 times a week, sometimes 3 times a day. Some of these YouTubers are out there kind of pumping silver on a daily basis, talking about it over and over again, and giving all the rationale for why you ought to be stacking silver. And then now all of a sudden everybody's coming out, that they're super responsible and they want to make sure that people don't participate in the raid and above and beyond their means. And I'm a little bit miffed at this duplicitous message. They kind of flipped on a coin here and seem to have this responsible message where, we do have a community of silver pumpers. And I think that's appropriate. I mean, if you go to a channel where people are talking about, I don't know, Lego, they're going to be interested in the Lego community, and they're going to show all the amazing huge Lego things. They don't need necessarily somebody to come on and say, hey, this is not financial advice. You shouldn't invest your entire net worth in Lego, right? But it seems like that's what's happening right now. And I find that somewhat curious, just because, who is getting sued as a YouTuber for pumping silver or participating in raids, or are there a lot of people out there that are worried about being investigated by the SEC for security violations of being a financial advisor because they had a YouTube channel about silver and about this hobby? I just kind of am looking at this going like, what's going on? Like what the reaction, the count, the backlash to the SilverRaid just seemed a little bit, excuse me, a little bit stronger than I expected. So that I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And I can't help but notice that a lot of these YouTubers are kind of speaking out of both sides of their mouth. They're simultaneously saying that, hey, a SilverRaid doesn't work. The retail community, a small segment of silver stackers, are not going to change the market. We're not going to cause a breakdown in the stock market or the silver or the SLV, or but they're at the same time they're saying, hey, the raids caused premiums to stay up for a whole year, and that somehow that silver rating caused the premiums to get out of control, and somehow the premiums are the reason why you shouldn't be doing a raid or something like this. And so I find that interesting. I find it interesting that they're both simultaneously saying that, in one hand, that you're going to not impact the market at all, and on the other hand, saying you're completely impacting the market, and silver is any problem in the silver pricing, or every bullion dealer or every coin shop has somehow been impacted by these silver raids because somebody went out and got 100 ounces of silver as a little rally or a little parade for the community. So I'm just kind of wondering how that works in folks' minds. I don't think, and shipping has not increased. Silver, by the way, another point, silver's down right now. It's gone down dramatically over time. So rating having this little event while silver has been, down, over the lowest point in a year. I'm wondering why the community backlash. And you got great silver YouTubers like Spectacular and Salivate Metal and Silver Wolverine and Stacking Stormtrooper. Empire Precious Metals, and all these bigger channels like Silver Heist, and as well as a bunch of the smaller channels like mine or other 1K to 5K sub channels out there, really coming in hard on this SilverRaid thing. And I'm a little bit bummed about it, because I think that the folks that have been promoting the SilverRaid, or at least talking about doing this community event, have been doing it good-natured and just talking about, kind of as a community, pulling together to hey, be stackers together, because that's kind of what we're doing and what this is about. So anyway, I kind of wanted to throw that out there. My thoughts, maybe some unpopular opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't understand where all of this sort of negativity is coming from. But it seems to me just a little bit over the top. And that's actually okay. That's because it has been over the top. I think it has allowed, me as a YouTuber to talk about it, and for us to engage. And I'm not, speaking critically of any particular one. Although I do want to mention, I think it was pretty funny on one of the, it was Silver Oceans. He had put out a video saying, hey, don't raid, it's very negative, and don't buy more than you can afford. And then he ends with this tagline, stack wide as the ocean, which I just thought was awesomely emblematic of this thing where, hey, as silver YouTubers and as community members, we're pro silver. We're advocates for all the various reasons why we're stacking precious metals, gold and silver, and other, things that, I've been, pro cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and other scarce resources, and, stacking food, stacking supplies, things like this, you know, having extra. And so anyway, I wanted to finish this off. The video's been gone long enough, but I did participate in the SilverRaid. I have participated in the past. I've had the fortune to find deals and be able to execute on them, and I think that it is okay for the community members to advocate that we all like get together and do something fun on occasion. I don't think I don't think it deserves that much of rebuffing. But let me know what you think. I'm interested in your comments and your take on this. And if you convince me, tell me why it's so bad. Yeah, maybe address some of those points that I made and tell me what you think. All right, guys, take care.